everyone, what's up? I'm Yasmin Willen and welcome back to my channel. I will be talking about Jenelle Evans today because there was a lot of tea spilling last night in regards to Jenelle Evans and her whereabouts. Now, a lot of people hopped on their social media and they were speculating that Jenelle was not at home on the land, as they like to call it, but she was actually in New York. Now, if y'all don't know, Teen Mom 2 reunion, everyone was filming that in New York along with some of the young and pregnant cast. They were also in New York as well, filming a little something for the Teen Mom 2 reunion. Now, people were just kind of speculating, well, why the heck is Jenelle in New York? She was in New York, and lo and behold, the Ashley can exclusively revealed, or they have revealed, that Jenelle was actually in New York because she was meeting with a MTV executive on her possibly getting her job back. So without further ado, everyone, let's hop into some juicy tea. Let's hop into some tea. I'm like really excited about this. I'm like, oh my God, are they really hiring her back? Like, what is going on? Jenelle Evans has left the land and is currently in New York City. The Ashley can exclusively reveal that the former Teen Mom 2 star touched down in the Big Apple on Friday after leaving North Carolina and her husband David Easton earlier that morning. Now, it states that coincidentally, the cast of Teen Mom 2, as well as young and pregnant castmates, just happened to be in New York filming the Teen Mom 2 reunion as well. A higher up from MTV contacted Jenelle and requested a meeting with her, the source said. They kept telling Jenelle that she is still under contract and that they wanted to talk to her about possibly returning to the show, so she flew up there. Jenelle's husband, David Easton, did not go to New York with her, and now they're also not considering him to film for the show as well. Now, it states that some of the sources tell the Ashley that Jenelle has not been spotted at the reunion and she has not taken the stage to film any sort of segment, but several sources say that the network is very much considering bringing Jenelle back in some form or fashion, whether that means as a cast member, a guest star, or some other way. Now, there hasn't been any sort of decision or anything being proposed at this time. Now, Jenelle did bring her lawyer with her. They did, fly to New York. Her lawyer did go with her there. Wow. So, wow. Like, when I heard this news, my heart dropped because I was just like, whoa, like, are they seriously gonna bring this chick back to Teen Mom, like MTV? Like, are they seriously gonna do this? Like, so many people are against this, but then so many people are for it. Like, there's like always like this division. People are always torn, right? And I thought it was so crazy and coincidental how the moment Teen Mom 2, now listen to this, y'all. I just literally did a video on this yesterday. I did a video on Teen Mom young and pregnant ratings dropping, and maybe the show can be canceled due to that. Now, in that video, I also stated Teen Mom 2 ratings are dropping as well. The viewership is dropping. So with that being said, I think it's kind of funny how the moment their viewership and stuff like that is dropping, they actually are considering bringing Jenelle back. Now, there has been numerous sources doing articles stating that the reason why Teen Mom 2 viewership is dropping is because Jenelle's not on the show. Now, a lot of people are like, well, that's not true. It's dropping because no one supports an animal abuser. So they're talking about like Amber Portwood. They said ever since the Amber Portwood situation, a lot of the viewership has been dropping for Teen Mom in general. But I mean, I can say that I truly think it has something, and maybe not 100%, but just a little bit to do with Jenelle not being on the show. Because I mean, come on now, people say they don't like Jenelle, but they tune into every single thing that's going on with her. Like, they hate, it's like a love and hate relationship, right? Like, you don't like any of the choices that she makes, but it's like a train wreck and you can't stop watching, right? So that is, to me, a little bit of the part why the ratings have dropped. So I think it's kind of funny how they're meeting with her like, hey, Jenelle, we're talking about probably getting you back on the show because, girl, we need you. Ever since she left the show, our ratings are down. So, man, this is crazy. Will you all watch? If Jenelle gets back on Teen Mom, will you all watch? I'm sorry. I know I'll watch. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. I don't want to be fake with you all, but I will watch. and I may just take one for the team. I may watch it and then come and report back to you all what's going on the land, huh? So, man, that is some crazy news. Now, her lawyer also went up there, so I'm assuming her lawyer is probably looking over like the contract or something like that, if there is one, just to make sure that she understands the terms and agreement of what's in the contract. So I think that's why her lawyer went up there. Now there is like some more tea that's actually spilling in regards to Jenelle going to New York. Now they're stating that Jenelle was actually hanging out with Jeremy in New York. Now Jeremy, as we all know, he's from Teen Mom 2, and him and David Easton have had horrible run-ins in the past. I mean, Jeremy did this entire paragraph full of nothing but insults to David and to Jenelle. Now, the fact that she was actually hanging out with Jeremy, drinking and partying, their tab was like over $600. A lot of people were confused, like, why is Jenelle hanging out with Jeremy? What's going on? Now, it wasn't like just them two, but they were with some other friends, like some other females or whatever. But why in the world was she hanging out with Jeremy and the other chicks? And what is going on here? So people are speculating that David and Jenelle are going through something. Now, a lot of people have been speculating that David and Jenelle are actually not on good terms. Number one, she flew to New York without him. Even if she has filming to do, or even if it's about her, David typically goes with her. This time, he didn't go with her. Number two, she has changed all of her profile pictures across all her social media accounts. The pictures used to be of her and David, but it's actually just pictures of her, or just pictures of her and the kids. Same thing with David Easton. He changed his profile picture from him and Jenelle to just him and Inslee. So people are like, well, why are they doing this? Is this a PR stunt, or are they doing this just to because they're serious? Like, what's going on? Now, Jenelle keeps sharing a bunch of Ariana Grande songs on her like Instagram account, and they seem like really sad songs, like love songs, and saying she doesn't want to be held at night. She doesn't want to be in his arms, and she just kind of wants to be to herself, and she's making better choices, and she's just like sharing all this subliminal stuff on her social media accounts. Or people are speculating like, hey, maybe they're not solid. Maybe there's a lot going on the land or behind the scenes between her and David, and maybe they're actually not as happy as they seem, or maybe they're actually on the brink of a possible divorce. I mean, no one truly knows. But for Jenelle to actually fly to New York by herself, because I remember she was like super upset when she was on Teen Mom, saying like, I hate flying out here without having David Easton. But the fact that she actually flew out there, was partying, got drunk, she's hanging out with Jeremy, which is a known arch rival of David Easton. She's doing all these things and she's partying it up. Maybe something is going on between her and David, so who knows? But I will update you all. I will update you all on this entire situation. The more tea I find out. But wow, last night was crazy. Between Ashley from Young and Pregnant and Jenelle actually being in New York, there's some crazy stuff about to happen. So what do you think about this situation, everyone? What do you think about all this tea that's spilling? Do you think that MTV is trying to save their show and trying to save their ratings because they know that their ratings are dropping by trying to possibly bring Jenelle on? What do you all think about this situation? Comment below your thoughts. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I am Yasmin Woodland, and until next time, see you all.